on that offlane Batrider. They are going to be up against Gabbi and March.
So your Page is on 100 ping. Is that what the deal is here?
No, they want our melon.
No,
I think as
I'm pretty sure your Page is on 100 ping, dude.
No. Gabbi's saying, do you want 100 ping handicap on Armel? And they're like, nah. And March is like, 100 ping is nothing for him.
See you later, nerds.
Not much of a handicap, frankly. Yeah, it's dinner time, Mike.
Paused this. Dinner time. There. Pancakes up. Wonder what it is. You know, the ironic thing is KP's playing from Australia, and he's never disconnected. Like, all of you, all the rest of other players are Filipinos playing on Singapore server. KP is the only one in Australia right now, and he's not having any problems.
Yeah. It's as expected, Yapaj. It's just a pause from TNC. Yapaj takes the time to just get a disconnect as well. Why not? You know? But yeah, because, well, you know, it's just checked. They went wild over that story. They know. Y'all know what I said. Yeah, to my friends, that one with Libog. I'll just say it because I can't get in trouble. It's in Filipino, Libog.
No, hold on. Don't say anything. You know, we don't know if we're gonna get in trouble. Jeez.
Alright. Too much fun there. Too much fun.
Too much fun. Back to the game. Back to serious mode. KP at this bot lane, going to be up against Scam and John Ewell. Tim's also going to be there, and actually this Phoenix is in a bit of danger. Be alright though, surely. Find that tier 1 tower, and we'll have to salve up.
And that's one of the difficulties of laning against that Bloodseeker. Every time you drop low, you're pressured to immediately heal up. The salves are that much more important. Every tango counts. Because once you drop low and KP gets level 2, Thirst kicks in and he can use that low HP advantage to push into Scam and get a lot of damage off. Have to be careful about bouncing it on that Phoenix.
Mid lane going very evenly so far, but Mel, he's hit that level 3 mark now, so that lucky shot is going to start coming into this this 1v1, and of course lucky shot can be very, very frustrating to play against, especially when you are the tiny. Mel going to continue trying to get that proc, and those voice lines against your Page.
Damn. This is the risk for your Page. Every disarm, he's just not winning these trades. You're going to be important on those power runes as well, but look at that. Your Page low, 1 tango left, Thirst kicks in, and you just put more pressure in the side lanes when you win trades like that.
Be careful. Washbuckle here from Armel. He wants to go for it. Have a look at the top lane quickly. March is there on the Venge, of course, with Gabbi on the Arc Warden.
That's how it's done.
Eva, play hard on the clock. JG on the Batrider. Fairly standard stuff here, not too much happening. Looks like Gabbi has been sitting very far back, making sure JG can't get too aggressive with this Batrider. That's the idea, right? As long as you stay away from him, you should be fine.
Yeah, it's been smooth going. Gabbi's farm is not outstanding, 6-4, 7-4 now. Compare that to a slightly better time for Scam on bot, but you're not gonna cry about it like JG. As this Batrider, he's not getting as much pressure, and that's the important bit. As long as you're not being shoved away by a bat, you're doing your job in the safe lane. You're gonna be able to dip in that jungle anyway as the Arc Warden, and if once you get that Midas, in fact, just a bit of action.
JG gonna go for a Firefly, and they have got March coxed up, so March should be easily going down, and they do get him. Nice pick off there from Neon Esports. Of course, March will be okay with it, knowing Gabbi was left alone. With that Firefly down for another 30 seconds, he can have some peace and quiet.
Yeah, it's not the worst here to lose, and you know, March was low on mana as well, so he gets a bit of a reset going back into the lane. You get some spell spam out. In fact, he actually heads mid to help secure those 4-minute bounties, so you can see that focus on getting those runes up here.
Well, sharpen that mid lane for a second, but can't do too much on the Phoenix at the moment. Yapaj, however, is copying so much harass, and as soon as that stun came out from March, it'll force out the TP from Play Hard. And you see March, he just runs straight back up top. He was more than happy with that TP being expended, but Armel is gonna die because of it.
Ooh, yeah, ruthless Yapaj. With the punishment in the avalanche toss, just getting it onto the cogs as well, perfectly spaced out there.
Tim's bot lane getting very low on this Grimstroke.
My people died for nothing.
Yeah, he does tick out, and now the Fire Spirits do connect onto KB. Zar level 2 Fire Spirits, so KB gonna survive on 15 HP, and is gonna TP out in time and be just fine.
And Neon starting to find that aggression, putting a dent here on the progression of TNC. Not quite where it matters, but you're going to take it anyway. You're slowing KP's progression in the Bloodseeker. You're giving space towards Skem. And that's the most important part. Getting the draw off to a running start, getting John Yuel some EXP. And once you hit those key points, level 6 in your supports, initial farm on the drow, you can be smooth sailing past that 10-minute mark. So far, you know, the conditions for Neon in the first 10 minutes, it's not looking too bad.
Very good, actually. 3-2. Slight net worth lead. You've got to just be a little bit concerned about how well Gabbi is farming. They are trying to keep his farm at bay, as now he will Flux and Spark Wraith JG. It's going to be it. Going back to hitting creeps to get that Midas up as soon as possible in this Arc Warden. That is going to be the most important thing for TNC, is just to make sure he can get that itemization up. Armel, however, mid lane, trying to get a power rune, get lucky with a haste.
Where are you watching?
Yeah, he's got his Rolling Thunder ready. We haven't seen any movement out or into mid to get these initial level 6 uses out yet. Probably just waiting for a bit more time, maybe waiting for the supports to be up and running. You can't do too much with Vengetree and Grimstroke at 4. The lanes are too tied up, so it's going to be a bit more stacked in mid just for a while longer.
Okay, be a nice little Inkswell play there with Tims, but they aren't going to keep going for any form of a kill, just trying to pressure out Skem on this drow. I've actually got 3 heroes down here from Neon, but TNC will bring Armel down, and Armel is going to run straight in with the haste on to Skem, and he's just going to blow up to the blood right. Now going on to Play Hard, perhaps, with the cogs. Going to push him out, and KB going to be in danger. You get him, Yapaj. I don't know about this. He gets stunned up by the Inkswell, and Armel going to have his way with him. He get the swashbuckle, takes out another, and with this haste rune, Armel can just take down everyone. Cogs is going to be there. Play Hard will still die to March. March, surviving tier 1s, but the rest of his team did not want to. We'll back off in time.
And looks like March was right. 100 ping is nothing to Armel if he is on that handicap. They just find those kills and they set themselves up to keep that pressure bot. It's only John Yuel around, but they've still got 3 heroes here, TNC.
Yuel be able to swash, or rather Icarus dive away. See, because of that rotation from Armel, Skem just TPs into the mid lane on the drow and tries to get some free farming going there. So he understands what's coming, right? Like, there's so much pressure on him to be able to get the farm his team needs, for him to be able to join these team fights early on. They know they can't go late game into the Arc Warden. It's just going to be hellish to go up against, and it's Gabbi on Arc Warden. He does tend to do a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, they've got to secure that early farm, and they're buying that space out perfectly here. Like, Skem's just perfectly fine to even find a kill on KP.
Do. Nice little pick up there. Took 3 heroes, but they do get it done. And TNC, they are going to group up with March and Tims and run up top. See if they can get a pick off onto JG, but no, JG is going to break the smoke of March. Spotted him out. Probably going to keep his distance now, as he knows they are around. But again, even if they can't kill off the Bat Rider, if Gabbi's farming, they're going to be happy.
Yeah, it's still a good time for Gabbi. You know, he's up there in last. It's not quite as free as you'd expect. Number 3 in net worth, keeping up with Yapaj. So it's going swimmingly. I think right now TNC, they need to wait for that initial farm, as mentioned. on Gabbi, even KP. You need level 6 up on your Bloodseeker before you can start running around here. He's been slowed down a bit on that offlane, so just get some catch-up time for your blood and kind of stim you to bleeding, right? The Neon is the one looking for blood. See Yopaj just going deep behind that tier 1, looking for a toss opportunity.
Quite get one, but now he spots out Tim's. Stare him down. Oh, he's there yet. He does. He's been very sneaky here, Tim's. Paj actually going to choose to back off. He's not going to try to go for it. Might be just a little bit too risky.
Yeah, it's wasn't a clean cut for them, as there is a group up top. JG along Johnny Roll.
A lot of damage. He might even get blown up here. JG still with the flux being left alone. It's going to go down. Now the egg to be committed, but Gabbi with the Tempest double is just focusing on it, and Armel will come out, get a bit more damage up, but here comes Yopaj onto March. They'll get the Venge, but that'll be it.
Where are you watching?
They don't really get much else. Definitely a better trade for TNC.
Yeah, they don't even find the kill on the Tempest double, so no extra gold from picking that up. It just expires in front of them, and TNC, they're gonna be pleased. That's the first egg not being so effective for Neon. Gonna have to watch how to use that spell. Their teammates relies on that.
KB gonna go for the rupture into the blood, right? But they have the damage in time. Well,
Where are you watching?
they do.
That's how it's done.
Off the bot lane, it seems. Or maybe even just start pushing in mid. They've got so many heroes here. Bit unorthodox to go for that mid lane first, but if you think you can do it, you may as well. And seems to believe he can.
Yeah, he's got the right click speed. He's got the Midas, so he does hit a lot faster. You don't have the level in Magnetic, but you don't need it when you hit that fast anyway. So you're gonna do lots of chip damage here.
Look at Gabbi, just the Tempest double, gonna kill off play hard. God, I hate Arc Warden so much as a hero. It's just, you know how many times it's happened to me, John? It's such a sad way to die.
Yeah, it is. It is. But Gabbi just getting the punishment out. Find a tier 1 top here, Neon. So they found an objective for their troubles. Skem is sort of freely farming. He's been left alone for a long time. He is going to have his Dragon Lance up soon, but he needs to show some progress afterwards. And I think for Neon right now, the travels for GG are key. Travels into Blink for this bat. They need a way to jump in, get the initiation off, and start finding some pickoffs to slow TNC down. There's a 2k lead here for TNC. That's just going to ramp up as the Midas continues to get used up by Gabbi.
Going for the Maelstrom next, right? On this Arc Warden. The standard build-up. In the jungle, a bunch of stats. Way to do it. He has the javelin, just needs the mithril hammer. Neon, all they can do is just kind of sit by idly and wait. Seems like they don't really have a way to find TNC or get anything done.
No, even their wards right now are super defensive as well, just watching their own jungle openings to prevent TNC from coming in. But TNC doesn't need to be the aggressor. It has to be Neon that starts finding those openings. It's just they can't. They're also waiting for Yopaj to finish a blink. He's still 1,000 gold away. And they just can't do anything until those tools are up. They get a scan off, but it should be clear where they are.
They get a ward out, but that's going to be dewarded immediately. And now with the soul is coming in with a double rupture out as well. They get the egg off in time. It's not going to matter.
No armor exists.
Oh, that's a rough one.
Display.
And, well, that ward you just placed, it's gone. March has got it.
Unfortunate for Neon, but man, the wombo combo here from TNC. Soul Bind, double rupture. Ooh, you just can't do anything once you're caught in that. And Neon has to be cautious. They're bleeding their supports, so the bright side here is that the cores have a ton of space to farm up. This farm just has to matter. I believe that's the travels for JG flying out, and they're going for the defense.
Get on, no, be a big pick-off. He doesn't have the rolling thunder. They can't really catch him out. Hook shot, nice, strong play but do they have the damage to follow up? Look at Gabbi's damage. Just taking out half his HP. already, and he's going back to the T1 tower to attempt the stubble, and it is going to get denied at least. So they do save the gold on Neon Esports. Back towards Yapash, however, who went way too far forward by himself. He's going to die.
It's not the hero you want dying. In fact, Scam.
Ace rune activated by Armel. He's going to think better of it. Now JG going for a nice lasso onto March. Trying to settle for any kill they can get. Look at Armel. He wants to jump into the cogs and deal with play hard, and he does. He'll just roll his way out. Call that one a drive-by, John.
Yep, that it is. Armel cleanly finding that kill, and TNC find themselves a 4K lead. 7-13 now at the 15-minute mark. They really need these blinks to come out here for Neon. That is basically it. JG with the travel can apply pressure in the lanes, so he is free to just go around, play the riskier lanes, TP out afterwards. But they need the blink timing. So Podge is about 400 gold off. Once you've got that, again, the Tiny can come in, burst some heroes down. Big one, easiest one, would have been KP, but he does have a Hood of Defiance up, so even a Bloodseeker's a bit tough. Maybe just settle for the supports and snowball that way. March tends to be a bit far forward or isolated to buy space. That's a hero they can punish, but beyond that, you know, just waiting for JG's own blink. At least, well, Yapaj actually finishes up while speaking, so they've got an option with the Tiny. They just need to kind of use it and maybe smoke up and try to make a play.
Lane Armel having a look. JG, I believe, on the Bat Rider, but we do have a quick disconnection out from Yapaj. Neon are having the internet. Stated it is the rainy season right now, so it's to be expected. How heavy is the rain, by the way, where you are, John?
It just flashed. So what I had was like a massive amount of wind with some heavy raindrops. It sounded like really heavy raindrops, but I think there's a low pressure area forming off the east coast of the Philippines, way east. So it's coming in, which brings a lot of wind, a lot of rain. I feel like a weather reporter, Mike. Talking about that.
Very good.
But yeah, it's a lot of rain. It's a lot of rain. Might be causing some. Well, it more than likely is causing that issues you see from Neon, but hopefully not for too long. I do believe their pause time ticked down as well. I think Zex pointed that out a while ago, like 6 minutes a while back. That was a very long pause. Start to dig in, and of course, you remember, I believe that pause time is shared between games, so you don't want to run out of pause time into game number 2.
They don't. There it is.
Ooh, yeah.
1 minute of pause time remaining. That is pretty rough for Neon. All they've got. What happens after the pause time is over, though?
They just go. No more pause. Yeah, so if a disconnect happens, you're not obliged, technically, to wait. It's the rule book. It is what it is, right? Like, it's a fair chance to both sides.
Oh, of course.
If it happens, it happens.
I'm not questioning the rules. I just wanted to know what happens if they run out of time, that's all. March, nice deny on that BD room, but a great hook shot out from Play Hard. Straight onto Tim's, but he's going to survive. March swaps him out, and they're going to go after this Tiny. The Scam, he came in from the back lines, getting Tim's on that Grimstroke, and now going after KB, and they are actually going to be able to get him. That, make it another March. Came back in on the bench, and suddenly TNC has lost 3.
Really big pickups there for Neon. Finally finding that momentum. That blink from Yapaj not even coming into play. They just managed to clean up with a good hook shot in a very tight spot. Have to be careful though, as TNC, they're still clumped up. They've got numbers disadvantage to dissuade Armel from showing himself in that wave.
Play Hard just cops a bunch of spark rates and is probably going to die to attempt a stubble now. He does get tossed away, and they do Sunray him up. Make it out. Very, very tough game for the Clockwork. One thing that hasn't changed is Gabbi is still farming very, very well. The only difference being now, Skem is at the top of the net worth board.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic time staying in that jungle, clearing out stacks, building up on the Drow. Has the Yasha up with the Dragon Lance going towards that Manta style next. So it's going to be harder to pin down Skem. Going to be at least tanking through a lot more hits and going to be able to self-purge if he's in a dicey spot. TNC, their lead down to 1k. And when you have the Arc Warden, a 1k lead is usually not a good sign. You need to start widening it, start finding a few key pickoffs.
Nice lasso out. They've got the big target in Armel. Yapan's going to be out with the Avalanche. No contact yet. In fact, he doesn't even have it. Good hook shot in from Yapan. They are still moving forward onto Yapaj, who has been ruptured up and now swapped down. The Yapaj is still there. Nobody's taking him out yet, but KB will come in and clean it up. Now the egg to be committed. Skem, he wants to keep fighting. March looks to fall here on the bench. Unless that long shot misses like that, March will survive for a bit longer as he does get another swap off onto JG. They're going to turn back around now. Stroke of Fate, not going to quite connect, but the Blood Right should. Not get the dust, or rather gust off. Armel cutting off from the side. Be able to finish him off, but they do win out that team fight, TNC.
Yeah, it's a pretty bloody one, but they come out on top. Again, you're seeing the effect of this double rupture coming out. It's just super effective in isolating these heroes, forcing them to make a choice. And Neon aren't quite ready to face up against that. They've got to be a bit more coordinated as well with these pick-off opportunities. When they go for the Blink Lasso, you have to ensure Yapaj is in range to get his combination off. If he's not, the damage, it's not going to be enough. And TNC will have opportunities to bounce back in. So, have to temper that aggression back just a tad for Neon. Choose their fights well.
Amel, bit of a rolling thunder, but not going to be able to catch up to the Phoenix. Just going to have to let him go. You can see they're remaining grouped up as if they want to go for a bit of a smoke here. Tims did bring one along with him, but they aren't going to commit quite yet. However, Neon will. Pete. Careful as JG goes for the target now with the lasso, and they have caught out one in the form of Armel. They're going to burst down the Pango straight away. Tims, he could still be in danger, and ooh, that's an ugly pause time. Gabbi is going to pause the game, and looks like TNC might be having issues now. On pause, Tims should guaranteed be dead. Should have been. Will be. Skem, a double kill on the Drow.
Yep, just clean pickoffs for them. Big kill and Armel just keeping that Pango back from building up, and he's stalled out a bit in progression. Is just lacking one part for the Halberd to be up and running. That's going to give them a lot more consistent disarm as well for the Drow. Important to find that item soon. For TNC's part, again, they're just trying to give Gabbi the space to build up. He's still up there in net worth, but you can see Skem pull away. And that's never a good sign when your Midas here is, well, your double Midas here is not keeping up with someone without it. Like Skem, very efficient in the triangle. Surprising that TNC has not maintained vision or control in that Radiant Triangle to stop this farm.
It's going to be a concern here for TNC. I really didn't expect Skem to be this far ahead. At 20 minutes in, especially up against that Arc Warden, like you said, with the double Midas, but he is. They keep going now into a Hurricane Pike, and I realize it's an Arc Warden, but at some stage you've got to be a bit concerned about how hard this Drow is going to start hitting you. It only gets worse as time goes on.
It's going to get a bit more complicated as well, because he does have the Hurricane Pike up, so even if you catch him out, he's got ways to widen that gap, get himself out of sticky situations here. TNC, and they still have the slight net worth lead, but it does feel like this is not the progression they want to be seeing right now. Still, I mean, you know, they're putting all their eggs into one basket in Gabbi, and they have smoked up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Through the triangle. Play hard. He's going to get caught out here on the clock. like he has no way out. He's gone.
Has been slain.
Well, Jonuel also ruptured up by KB. Mid-Icarus dive, and he's gone. No way of survival, but they're going to go for the team fight anyway. Arnold trying to get that rolling thunder, but he gets cancelled off, and now the lasso's out from JG, but they don't have the damage. The Soulbind holding them in place, so Arnold can get the roll on and go back into them. But they do get the egg. Looks like TNC, they do want to disengage out of here. Commit any further.
It's a good win for Neon. They're targeting the right heroes. Every time they take out March, gives JG a very clean opportunity to get the lasso off. And March, again, he needs to find that spacing on the Venge just to be on the edge to get a swap off the save. Because if you break that lasso, play kind of falls apart. Right? It's still a level 1 swap, so it is harder to space yourself out, but you still have to be very cautious about it. This is the only counterplay they have to that lasso initiation of Neon.
See, still grouped up as 4. They have a smoke on March, waiting to clear the creep wave in the mid lane. Perhaps go for this smoke now? Are they waiting for Tim's perhaps? Yeah, top lane has been forced out by Neon, so Tim's gonna take care of it. Go. Well, Gabbi can try to meet up with them with those boots of travel. They don't want straight into Scam. March would love a swap right now. Gabbi. Go for the flux to get started, but Scam will matter it off. Wall to the north, they have found that Phoenix, and that'll be a dieback on Jonuel. Just brought back in that previous fight. TNC, can they actually get a Roshan done?
That's confident. They don't have the team fight without the egg, so TNC must be feeling confident about that. March, again, I'd say, has to stay outside though. If he wants to play with that swap to break any jump in, he's got to keep himself safe here.
Got to be worried about play hard on JG. They're going to be looking to jump in. Try and steal this Aegis. TNC, they're going to go for a quick smoke. Trying to wrap around and block the way for that hook shot. Still looking for an angle, play hard. He's waiting, but Yopash has to jump on the Tiny. Still looking in, he does get but the low shot not done yet, and Gabbi does manage to pick it up. So play hard is going to go down, and so does Yopash on the Tiny. JG will commit the lasso, but it may not mean anything. He'll kill KB, but he will lose his own life.
I find it easy to
They end up getting a 3 for, well, a 2 for 4. The Aegis does expire at least on Gabbi, so they get something out of this, but still not a great team fight for Neon.
No, it's a very costly fight in the pit. They do manage to at least stall out. Playhard's timing was almost perfect. Would have been really big if he stole the Aegis still. TNC find themselves 7k up. You're starting to see Gabbi slowly pull ahead. He's just 1k above Scam, but that is what you like to see here. And you're getting more key items up. Tim's has the blink up on that Grimstroke, so he can come in for better targeted soulbinds. Has to be a bit careful here, though.
Gabbi, big pickup. Oh, play hard. He missed the hook. And now the turnaround out from TNC. It's going to be a nice, easy kill onto play hard. Rotations out from this dire side, making sure they don't just give away their position 1. They'd love to pick off Scam on this drow. They can catch him. KP. May toss out on Yopash. Not going to be quite enough to hold him down. Looks like TNC, they might start trying to pressure this bottom tier 2 tower.
Yeah, they've got the numbers here. You will have play hard up in a short time span. The egg is up, the lasso is up as well on JG, and they do smoke up. There's an opportunity to fight here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All their ultis available right now.
There it goes.
Neon, they're going to really walk the long way around.
Fortified. The dial structures are fortified.
Lines are being drawn up at the top lane.
Radiant's bottom
They were just
tower is
smoking to
under
perhaps push out lanes. JG gets the Firefly, goes for March with the lasso. They'll rupture up JG, but it's not going to matter. March should die. Hookshot, however, from Playhard does not connect. So they couldn't follow up with any more. They're just going to accept the Venge kill and leave it at that.
Yeah, they do still manage to stall off the push, so in a sense that's a successful defense. Tier 2 still stands. TNC forced to back off. Neon again with the right targets, although
this Tempest double has been the bane of Playhard's existence. Gabbi, he's not willing to give it away for free, but Skem looks to have gotten it just in time anyway. Gabbi does get that T2 tower. TNC, they're just making these small increments of improvement that are pulling this game ahead for themselves.
yeah, they widen the lead. They get the bottom tier 2, so that opens up the jungle completely. There's still good wards there from Neon, but you've got some spikes coming out here. Armel, not only does he have the Heaven's Halberd, but he also has the Ags. So he's going to have that additional damage with the Swashbuckle on the Shield Crash. You've got a BKB now up and running as well on, I believe Gabbi's flying it out, yeah, so it's going to be a bit harder to pin in that Arc Warden, and you've got to be very cautious, Neon. They've still shown us that they can take these fights. JG has to always find March. That is their condition. If you can take out the Venge, TNC suddenly loses a lot of their instant bursts. With Rupture Swap, lose a way to break any further lasso. Just kill off March, and that numbers advantage will work in Neon's favor.
Top lane, Cappy's this double just gonna BKB up and stand his ground. Mid lane. He's gonna go after March. No, he'll switch over to KB on the Bloodseeker. They did lasso him up, and they do take him out. And that'll be March going down on the bench. Now JG on the chase for more. Be able to catch anyone else out.
Again, good targets to go for. The issue right now for March is the moment he gets silenced up, he can't do anything. So he has to watch the spot of Skem, but Skem's a bit slippery now. He's got the Shadow Blade up, so he can start to rip into that back line, and it's making it harder here for TNC to play offensively on the map. They've been a bit more defensive now. Neon's movement has caused TNC to withdraw into their side of the jungle. They did find the top tier 1, but that's pretty much a dead lane. Not the biggest objective. The gold injection is nice, as Neon just starting to clump up now.
Mel?
The drow.
Huge pick off there for Skem. That's your mid Pango going down. TNC, they are really putting all their eggs in the Gabbi basket here on the Arc Warden. Don't know if it's gonna pan out if this game keeps up like this. The game is still gonna become a problem, especially with that Lincoln Sphere coming out. You're not gonna be able to control him as well.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult to, get that combination off. Even the double rupture is not going to be as smooth going, so you're going to have to find a way to break that off. There's also a BKB up now on your Podge. Again, a lot of that control, a lot of the damage actually from TNC just kind of negated break pickups by Neon.
He's going for the Aghanim Scepter on the tiny Assaulter.
Oh, I love it. That's it. That's how you do it.
Well, you need the crit though, that's the thing. Like it doesn't do enough damage without like the Daedalus up on the tiny. I guess the axe does kind of get you started, but it's really all it does.
Yeah, it's fair. And then I guess next you just have to see the Daedalus, It's like, that's exactly it for your Podge. It's pure right clicks, and I do believe the reasoning behind that could also be because the bubble doesn't stop those projectiles from doing damage. So that is one way to just not make that a problem. At the same time, Tiny's supposed to blink in anyway, so I guess he just wants the damage. It's just a physical build, safe damage flying out. And another pause. Who is it? It's Gabbi. Okay, because Neon only has, a minute, so gotta be cautious.
Yeah. Everyone's having problems.
It's very strange. Yeah, we're doing fine.
We are.
For some reason. We're on Discord.
Always.
Yeah. Unfortunate. But I guess it happens. It's just something. Still, yeah, I look at Gabbi, Mike. He's queuing up the E-Blade. So he's going to be trying to shotgun. This is pretty darn good as well to force a disarm onto Skem, which is lovely. I mean, you already had a disarm Mel anyway, but you want to keep it consistent. This is the way to do it. I do feel like Gabbi would need a little bit more damage though. Like down the line, he's gonna have to sell the Midas off, go for a Bloodthorn, and if you can get that, then your Tempest Double is just gonna find solo kills across the map. Like you can at least keep bullying play hard. You might be able to blow up JG before the BKB comes, and you should definitely be able to punish John Yuel. So just that offensive build up later on would be nice, and some issues there.
You do have to go ahead once again. The E-Blade Arc Warden is it's gonna be fun to see. I guess it does have a real dealing with the Drow. Scam won't really be able to get the attacks off unless he does Manta it off, but even then you've got two of those things to worry about because Arc Warden has a Tempest Double for some reason. Very balanced hero.
Yep, and you know, Gabbi is actually queuing up the MKB next. But again, pure damage coming out. Once that's ready, it's gonna be, he's gonna hit a lot more, and you've got to watch out for the split push game. That double is gonna be pretty hard to control. In fact, he's just sending it already, and you know, this is it. This is Arc Warden gameplay.
About 4K ahead of the Drow now. Just send the Tempest Double in, but is going to get it fed to Skem. What of Aton? KB, no, he gets one shot out by Playhard. They want to take the fight. Playhard going to be alright. Swap in JG instead. The egg is still going. Yamaj, great avalanche on that Tiny. Will be rushed it up. They'll just focus down March first. Now JG with a great lasso onto Tim's. That'll be a Grimstroke who should be dying, but he will soul mine before he does go down.
Yeah, sure.
Still a great team fight out for Neon Esports. They get a 2 for nothing, and they're looking for more.
Their lineup just is starting to pop off in TNC. They can't fight in. They are a bit too disjointed. They're trying to make moves as 2 or 3, but it's constantly punished. Losing your supports like this is starting to hurt. That lead shrinking down to 6K. And that's a lot of space being built up by Neon. Skem is looking way too big now. They have been really on point with the targeting here.
Gabbi, caught out play hard, but no, Yaka's going to toss him out of there. Come back around on that Tempest Double and try to sort it out. No, actually picking up the Aghanim Scepter, by the way, Tango.
Yeah. It's really nice. Swashbuckles on the shield crash. Opportunities to get perhaps a disarm off, just more DPS coming out. We haven't really seen it in play though. Like our Melts had that for a while, but they haven't found a successful fight in quite some time for TNC. They've been playing from the back, as we talked about, waiting for Gabbi to be really big. And he's almost there. The MKB's almost done. They still maintain a 5K lead. But you know, it's like an out game, right? Like the Arc Warden eats so much space, you're sacrificing your other cores. At some point, a 5K lead with an Arc Warden, it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough.
Maybe when that MKB's up. That's the thing with the hero though, right? You could just infinitely push out lanes. You can buy so much time with this hero. And even these Spark Wraiths, just place them all across the map and just find out where people are. Right now, they're stacking them up. One quick pull away from JG with the lasso. Now a great hook shot in with the cogs. Blocking the way out. There's no exit for TNC. They might have to just take this fight. Armel, you alright? Gabbi, gonna move back in. That'll pretty much be it. A 1-for-1. Kind of hit back.
Yeah, it's not the biggest trade for both sides. Lasso was committed, but March did manage to get into range for the swap. So he does have level 2 swap. Very important for the Venge. You are feeling maybe a bit more comfortable here as TNC. And the one thing that saved him really was that the cogs did not latch the way Playhard wanted them to. So they couldn't fully commit from Neon. They couldn't drop the egg. They couldn't follow up. And that does stall out for TNC further. Scam is looking like a massive issue now, though. He's just getting way too big. He's just about 4,000 behind the Arc Warden, which, again, is cause for concern here from TNC's end. They need a wider lead, and they need some catch-up farm on their other course, especially KP. He's stalled out after that Atos. And not much going on this Bloodseeker, not even too much in the aura play. You need to give the Bloodseeker something to scale up with. He just does not have the items to really shine here yet.
But they're having they're playing the rat game here, TNC. Sending Tempest doubles constantly down to that bot lane and chipping away at that tier 3 tower. Gonna be frustrating for Neon to try and deal with this. It's just something that's so spammable.
Oh yeah.
Keeps doing it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that happens. Would be nice if he had a repair kit, but not yet. One that stalled out. Oh, yep. Now I'm happy.
Your partner's got on the courier.
Yeah, but he needs a crit stick, so I'm not too happy. Yeah, just build a Daedalus next. Or, yeah, there you go, Yapaj, you're my boy. Your boy, do it.
Go. That Daedalus up.
It's
very,
gonna be
very
a while.
with that 3 dust.
It's gonna be a while, sadly. With Morphling. 2 times. 2 times, just... Why didn't teams do that? Like, Morph Ags is a thing. Why didn't they go more for Tiny Morph? I think that would have been it's more entertaining. Because deforestation in that scale is just, it's illegal, Mike.
Should be. Scam just pushing out that mid lane. TNC seemingly unwilling to try and initiate a fight. This is what Arc Warden does to the game, John. It just makes it this kind of game, you know?
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, the tier 3 bot, 300 HP. They actually did force Yapaj to TP away from that as well, and eventually TNC's gonna find a tier 3 for themselves, as is. Yeah, no, Gabbi's already back, yeah.
Trying to throw everything out onto this Tempest double. Gabbi's gonna put the magnetic field down and take his tier 3 down. Tell me how this is balanced.
That was hard. That's a lot of work for Gabbi. He's sending more. He's got the spell person. That's so dumb. Cooldown.
20% cooldown reduction on an Arc Warden. Seems good.
Dude, 27.2 cooldown, 26 duration, 1 second downtime. Now that is balanced. That is balanced.
Why not just buy an Octarine Core as well? Why even have downtime?
Doesn't end. It's just there. Always out. Gabbi, this is the dream.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's one-man Dota. That's what it is. It's literally one-man Dota.
TNC, the rest of them just hop in the backpack of Gabbi. Just sit back, relax, boys. Have a meal or two. Don't worry, everything's fine. I'll take care of the whole map. And a magic lamp there. Mart will take that. They are preparing for the next Roshan attempt Neon Esports. Gabbi's going to scout that out. Pops the BKB on the Tempest double and go at your Pash. He might actually kill him too, by the way. Yopaj stuck on the high ground now. Has to BKB up. With 4 heroes there.
Bounced. Yep. I don't see anything wrong here, Mike. Perfectly fine. This is how Dota's meant to be played. I don't know what you're talking about. And, you know, Mike, we don't even have 25 on Gabbi yet, so...
Oh, what's 25?
Lifestealer spark rate damage.
Oh, good.
Yeah, exactly what you want. Yep, you need it, sir. He needs such a good 25. He does. I don't know what you're talking about. Still, you know, TNC, I mean, they're playing this perfectly. It's 23-25, 4K lead. You still worry because Neon has so many ways back in and they actually smoke up. They're tired of waiting here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh no! Oh, you can't miss that. That's a... He was standing still. He's basically AFK. JG though. He is going to get a nice target in March. Oh, it's very unfortunate for Play Hard. Yeah, bot lane jump. Gabby's taking a Rax by himself. He's got it.
Radiant's bottom barrier has fallen.
Oh, that is dirty. That is just so dirty. And TNC,
On your Paj.
Regeneration!
GG.
Yeah, he's just in. Not sure what he's up to though. There's no lasso available. Yeah, trying to deal with the Tempest double. Yopaj will go try to block it up. Play Hard misses the hook again.
Not as impressive.
Tempest double literally won't die.
Nope.
Play Hard gonna die to it. That's the worst part about it. He almost goes down.
If you had a Blood Torrent there, I think that would have definitely been a kill for Gabbi, but yeah, only so many slots you can get on a hero. I guess that's the balancing factor for the Arc Warden, you know? He only has 6 slots like everyone else.
Oh. I mean... you know, John,
I love how
don't get me started. Don't get me started. I will never stop if I get started on this hero. Spark rates being placed around the just casually, just in case you're smoking. Can't run through those.
Oh, and they do 250 more damage now, Wait.
A divine rate. Well done, Skem. See, Skem knows he needs a divine. There's no other way to beat this darn hero, and he bought a divine. Well done, Skem. I'm proud of Skem.
Skemberlu with the plays. That's going to allow him to pierce through that bubble as well, mind you. So it's going to be easier for him to find those openings. We'll have to be cautious. Oh man, Johnny Well just nuts the Gabbi. Like, just popping that. Well, popping the magical lamp, so that's going to be down for a bit. Still looking for that Daedalus in Yopaj, though, Mike. He's got the Crystallis. But I want to see that Daedalus up. Still a long ways off. As TNC, this is peak Dota. I'll say it again. It's just the epitome of the game. This is the balance that we seek. This is Zen.
You know what the worst part about the Divine on Skem is? It's going to make it even slower of a game because now he doesn't want to lose his life, so we're just...
Oh yeah.
Who's going to make that mistake first? Dota Plus, 65% for TNC, but it has been going down ever since the Divine got bought.
Yeah, so, it's a scary possibility, but you've got this Hex now on Tim's, so I guess you've got Soulbind Hex. That is super potent. That can change these fights. In fact, if Tim's manages to save for, say, an Ags, you're going to be really well off. Just grab some Skem Illusions and be happy. So there's that Daedalus though, Mike. Yopaj.
Daedalus on him. Tim's has got a Scythe of Vice. And because he's got the Philosopher's Stone, he's just getting infinite gold coming in.
Invisibility.
Oh yeah.
So now both teams can hold their ground for ages. Right? They've got their defenses set, but we need somebody to start being offensive.
No, we don't. No, they're posturing around a Roche, Mike. You see that? But how can you go in? Neon has a lasso. They've got the egg. They've got Tiny Toss blinking. But TNC, they've got these sparklers around. But March constantly screaming at Roche, and they've got Gabbi just sending himself out.
That is too.
You know, he is his own best friend. There you go. Just going straight. He's gonna get the range track. He already took the range tracks. What's he doing?
He's gone for the mid racks, John. What are you doing after the mid racks? Go for the mid one. Scam gonna show up. They just go scepter him up. Go swarm him. Gabbi. He'll lose the Tempest double. They see the Divine Rapier. Nothing to hide there. It's gonna be another one of those games where everyone gets to level 30.
Yeah. It's Arc Warden. Just play it slow, play it safe. 9k in the bank for Gabbi, no problem. Not spending it, of course, as one would when you have that goal. Just play it safe. And we're just playing a farming game. You can see Gabbi at 38k, Scam at 35. So our Drow actually doing fantastic, and really making use of that farming Divine Rapier.
Just blink away, but there is a big bit with the lasso out onto KB. They'll drag him to the high ground, bring him on the other side, but he had spine legs, I believe. In fact, no, he just got out of there. Still, team line continues, the egg does blow, KB does lose his life to Scam. Scam is actually doing a lot of damage. But Gabbi now looking to fight back. Bring it back in. KB rushing onto Scam, wanting to go after that Drow Ranger, but he's been Hurricane Pike back. They disarm him. Now, looks like your Page is going to be caught on the Tiny and will eventually die.
That's a big back and forth between both teams. A lot of buybacks being committed, more on TNC's end. 3 for 2. Neon's going to be happy with that, of course. Gives him an edge up. Drags that lead down to 3k, and you can see the power of Scam with the Divine, right? Like, he is hitting like an absolute truck. It's very hard for TNC to come in and to do the work. They were saved by March's swap, so that is really starting to come into play here. And doesn't have the max level swap to really be safe, but there's that Roche coming out for Gabbi, and not the biggest commitment, just the double in.
And the Spark Wraiths that seem to be deleting Roshan right now. Gabbi keeping scouts out. Roshan getting very, very low. And JG going to jump in a bit too early. A great bait out from Gabbi, and now JG just stuck by himself in the middle of nowhere. Will try for the lasso, but it will mean nothing. Armel even just going to jump over the high ground now. They'll get the Aegis. This might be the moment where TNC start to push back. Gabbi, he sends the Tempest double in again. Down to that bot lane. The Scam will go sort it out on the Drow. But it looks like they are ready to try and start this mid push.
Yeah, they've got the second life up, so they're gonna have an easy enough time going up there. Just gotta be cautious. Scam still hits like a truck. They still have egg here from Neon. Really good high ground defense that can't fly out.
At least they can get rid of the Tempest double quite fast. With the creep volley up from the Apage, you can get rid of all the creeps quite quickly. TNC may feel like they don't have the answers for this high ground. They may actually get out of here.
Yeah, again, just back to the defensive plays. Feels like they need more in the tank. Not sure what else you could ask for from Gabbi. He is saving for the Ags. So you're gonna have runes on demand at the least, but they do smoke up. And they've got that Aegis. They've got the edge up.
Dude, it just seems as though they're a bit afraid about going into that Divine Rapier. They have to be a massive pick on that mid-tiny. Meanwhile, Armel going into the back lines, trying to deal with the Phoenix, but he has already got the egg off. Armel just going to swashbuckle his way out before it does explode. They do get a massive pick in the tiny.
Yeah,
with that tiny down, this might be the chance to go.
No buyback up. Opening to go into the high ground.
What does Gabbi's Arc Warden do? Gabbi's Aghanim Scepter do?
Just rune on demand, so you can create a random rune in front of you with a rune forge. I think he's gonna go straight up synthesis. Yeah, there he goes. There you go, rune arcane. How short's the cooldown Tempest? 19.
For my coffers.
Spark rate every 1.9 seconds.
It's getting ridiculous now. So you can spawn a rune up. So he's gonna be hoping for that DD rune. Wait, his Tempest double can do it?
Yep.
What?
Of course. Yeah.
Structures are
It's not an ult. It's a great axe, Mike. Beautiful. Look at that.
Look at this. Look at this. When did this become Dota?
It's like StarCraft 2 when you've got siege tanks lined up and the enemy can't do anything. And you just put them into siege mode and all they can do is watch. It's sad.
So they're just spawning runes up. Even bounty runes. So Gabbi's basically like a walking pirate hat now.
Yeah, pirate hat that can get spicy, you know, with double damage, with haste, with regen. You don't want any of those, really. I mean, it's all about arcane or double damage, of course, but yeah, sometimes you have no choice. Still, the artillery that comes out of your podge does hit hard, but you've got an abyssal up now on our mill, and they are
able
smoked
to
behind.
attack from this far away, John? Again, can't even reach the item to hit. He wants the backline. JG goes into the chicken. He was rough shot up by KP. Swap out from March. They have got the drown scam trying to run. He might just leave that Divine of Glance. That's the Divine with death. Gabbi will take it for himself. They'll buy back on me on Esports, but yeah, I don't know about this Arc Warden, John. It's too much.
No, yep, no, there's no way. There's the Divine on Gabbi.
You just gotta ban it. It doesn't.
No, you can't stop it. That's just gonna be mega creeps coming out here for TNC. The buybacks that from Scam, yeah, they just call it. They're just done. We're done. Game's over. Good attempt from Neon. Really, a lot of shining moments there. They did put a lot of pressure in TNC. It's just that one fight approach cost them a ton. And of course that Spell Prism. That was really one of the turning points for TNC. They got that Spell Prism on the constant.